I asked people to recommend me books they didn't like, and now I'm reading them. I'm now 154 pages, or about 44% of the way through The Ministry of Time, which is book 28 of this challenge. And let me tell you something. The Bridge, who is the female main character, she is getting a lot harder to root for. But I will say I do think that that's at least partly intentional. I'm having to continually remind myself that the Bridge's narration is almost written like a confessional. And what I mean by that is she is very clearly, and she has been from the beginning, recounting her role in whatever shitstorm is on the horizon. And that includes her less than charming moments, her weird thoughts, her ill-advised decision-making, which means that as annoying or off-putting as some of her choices seem, it's all necessary for us to know so that we can understand how things ended up the way they did and what her role in that ultimately was. It's really interesting, actually, because her narration is reliable because she is recounting the series of events that she experienced with the benefit of the knowledge that she has now. But she's recounting the events as she experienced them, and at the time, she was definitely unreliable. So this is a really interesting balance that I am finding myself really appreciating. I think that that's kind of fun and different. Like, she's aware that, like, woulda, coulda, shoulda done things differently, but then we would have a different story, you know, for better or for worse. And I'm not sure which one of those it is yet. Other than that, I am still enjoying the writing and the plot overall. Already there have been things that have gotten sideways or that have pointed to there being a bigger, grander plan from, like, the Ministry of Time's side of things. And I think that it's all developing at a pretty good pace, considering that the beginning of the book was very character-driven. I am still wonderfully amused by Graham Gore, and by the antics and interactions of the group of expats specifically. It is hilarious. See the clash of the attitudes and mentalities and values of all these people from across time, and seeing how they interact and bounce off of each other, and then seeing how they're adapting or trying to adapt to 21st century living. Now, the whole Time Door experiment with the expats and everything is kind of giving time variance authority a little bit, in the whole, like, the variants are pulled from their timelines and they come to work towards the betterment and the benefit of this bigger organization, like in that kind of way. The expats and the Bridges know who they are, they know where they came from, they know why they're there. But I am fully convinced, and I don't see it going any other way than this, like, the Ministry of Time's actual motives and their grand plan are less than rosy, and people just don't know that yet, you know? Like, there's a lot of momentum that has been built up to this point, and I am genuinely going to be really sad if it does what a lot of you have said that it does and loses steam as you get closer to the end. So fingers crossed that it doesn't.